Hey everybody, it's your hospitality friend Glenn reporting from where? You guessed it, HITEC 2024. I've got Jeff Bzdawka with me, and you know him, CEO of Knowland. Jeff, so great to see you.
Likewise, always good to be with you.
All right, so before we get into it, what do you think about the event so far?
So far, great.
Yeah.
Really, the buzz, the excitement, pulling everybody together. Of course, the big buzz here is all about AI.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see everybody's interpretation of it, but the energy is phenomenal.
Yeah, like I'm desperate for any intelligence whatsoever, so I'll put the whole artificial for myself.
For you, it's assisted.
Yes, that's really funny. So we're recording this on Wednesday morning, and it's been great energy over here, but that's not all. I'm seeing incredible energy around the meetings business.
Right.
That's your bread and butter. You are focused on that. You're going to correct me in a second if I'm wrong, but I'm feeling like smaller meetings are becoming larger meetings, and larger meetings are becoming even larger meetings.
Very true.
Yeah.
And, it's nice. We're no longer talking about recovery. The industry is
real tired.
Good. Exactly. And what we are seeing, though, is, we're getting back to what we call normal seasonality of business, the way things kind of dip down in summer and start building back up in fall, the traditional growth. What we are seeing as far as the way people are coming together is different. We're seeing a reduction in the number of one-day meetings. People are Zooming it together. But what we are seeing are an extension of the 2-day meetings to 3 and even 4 days.
Fascinating.
As people are coming together to do culture building, innovation, team building.
Right. I think this one is a 173-day meeting. It just feels like that.
It actually does. But, the other thing as we look at, and this kind of gets into the new product we recently announced, or the new platform, is the bedrock of group and event are your smaller meetings. 70% of the meetings are less than 200 attendees. They're not these humongous meetings.
No, I know, but of course we automatically think of these kinds of meetings, but really the action is happening in much smaller groups.
Exactly. And then 50% of the meetings are 100 people or less. Wow. And what we heard from our customers, our enterprise accounts, management companies, brands, and chains, is they were looking for a solution to be able to help the smaller hotels that have less than 3,000 square feet of meeting space, to source and prospect business. And so it was a natural, logical extension of our platform.
That makes
business is booming. Group is good. And as we start to see transient travel and that leisure travel come down, group is right in its place and filling and providing a nice foundation.
All right, now, you've been educating me about group business now for a number of years, and those smaller groups have really been getting larger and larger, as I said in the open. What really it makes me curious is the sudden focus on this part of the business. It's like COVID woke everybody up to how amazing smaller groups could really be.
Right. Yeah, and you look at it, I think part of it has to do with the way corporate America is coming back to work.
Right.
And while people are trying to get back into the office, it's really not working. So you still have to have an environment that you bring people together to collaborate. You have your single largest sector from a growth standpoint or your limited and select service properties. And then as you look at utilization of the space, most of your limited and select service use their meeting rooms for breakfast overflow, and it's lost revenue opportunity. So this is really an opportunity for us to help the industry build out and monetize space.
That is absolutely fantastic. And one of the things that we've been preaching on No Vacancy since the COVID crisis had started back in 2020 is you've got to leverage that opportunity. You've got the meeting room, and there are a lot of creative ways in which you can find success, and you've got the data to prove it. So we're here at HITEC, and we were joking about AI at the beginning. Where is that really going to transform what you're able to do, you think, for groups business and getting hoteliers to understand that?
Well, the real value and where AI starts is the data.
Right.
And we have the data. We have over 20 million actualized events as part of our database. We have a lot of context, not only the firms and the organizations that bring the meetings in, we are also building our contact database to provide that connectivity piece itself. So we have the data. You layer on that technology, we're able to do more with that data to help our hotels prospect differently. And it's all about simplification.
Right. And finding nuggets within that data that are not readily obvious to our original intelligence.
Right. We've heard from the customers, our larger customers, that the way they're building out or rebuilding their sales team is very different. and there are fewer people having wider responsibility. They don't have time to do the digging into the data. So with this new tool that we brought up with HITEC, HITEC Select, going back to my root, with Knowland Select.
That's where he was before becoming CEO.
Yeah.
We all know, yeah.
So, this is a tool that we produce the data on a quarterly basis.
Right.
We send it to them. There's nothing they need to do. Their action items appear, bang, right in their inbox. Every week they get a report on any new accounts that are coming into their marketplace or their sub-markets. So it's all about that simplification in meeting our customers where they are to be able to, again, use the technology to their advantage.
And I love what you're saying. And a shameless plug for myself, I did, along with my podcast partner, Anthony, the keynote session here yesterday. And we were preaching keeping the humanity in hospitality.
Absolutely.
And it sounds to me, this kind of solution allows people to be people instead of being stuck behind a desk.
Exactly. And it's the right technology in the right place. I was at that session, Glenn. It was a great session.
A little quote from our session over there. All right, how can we learn more about you guys over at Knowland?
Of course, just Knowland.com. Check us out. And we have access to the new launch, the product information, all available online. And we've got a great group of people that care for our customers.
Awesome. Well, thanks for tuning in. For Jeff and myself, see you next time right back here on another mini episode of Innovate.
And I'll see you in Indy next year.
Yeah.